Hi kitty cats. So today we're going to talk about my psoriatic arthritis, but we're also going to try out this mask. It's a Glam Up Refreshing Peppermint Skin Purifying Sheet Mask. The company, as I said, is Glam Up. I've never used this before. I don't like the scent of mint, so there's a good chance I'm going to hate this. And it's just, you know, leave on for 23 minutes after cleansing, which I've just have. So I just washed my makeup off and stuff. And I don't know, I didn't have as much of the balm, my makeup cleansing balm, as I thought I had left. And I'm not sure I was able to get all my makeup off, but it is what it is. I obviously need to order more of that makeup cleansing balm from Elf. There we go. Didn't want to rip open. As you could see, my psoriasis has gotten pretty bad. And I'm showing it to you. This is scary for me. I don't like showing it. I know there's a chance that I'm gonna get some bad comments. And, you know, it's really rough for me. I'm gonna put this mask on before I start really talking about it too much. Ooh, this has got some juice to it, which can be a good thing as long as it's not too much juice. I just don't like it when it's so juicy it's dripping down my face. Like, who wants that? Some people do, actually, but I don't. Try to get it apart. Doesn't want to come apart. I already did some filming tonight. I already did 2 films, and now I'm doing a 3rd one so that you have something up tomorrow for Masked Wednesday. And then I got more films coming because I did 2 films tonight with Bianca and Alex. So, and John and I are going to be filming this weekend because John's going to start doing a segment with me because I started getting a tea subscription. Every time I get a part, it clings back to itself. I've never had this happen before. Okay. Oh yes, it smells like peppermint. I hate it. But we're gonna get through this. I do like the way it shapes over my nose. Sometimes the nose things aren't very good, but this one's pretty good. The problem is that we all have different shaped faces, you know? And I always have an issue right here. Always. Like right below the nose is always an issue for me. Sometimes so much that I have to like take a pair of scissors and cut it. But hopefully that's not going to happen right now. This side doesn't want to... Like I said, it keeps clinging onto the inside of itself. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so that I can see. And yeah, got a few wrinkles here and there, but that's okay. It's not a super strong peppermint scent. It's not overwhelming for me. It's very strange. I like peppermint tea, but anything else peppermint, I'm just kind of like, eh. I don't like peppermint with chocolate. I don't like mint ice cream with chocolate, all that stuff. But I don't want to talk too much about that. I mean, of course, I want to talk about the mask, too. It doesn't want... Do you ever have this problem? It just doesn't want to stay clean to the bottom of your chin. It just keeps coming off. Probably because you're talking too much. So, yeah, as you can see, it's gotten really bad. And I'm using all, like, the lotions they tell me to use. I'm not on any steroid creams anymore because it gets to a point you can't be on steroids constantly. And it sucks because when you stop using it, things get worse again. And usually quicker. So that sucks. I am on a medication called Enbrel, which is working for the arthritis to a point. I still have bad days, which I always will. No amount of medication is going to keep me from not having flare-ups and stuff on occasion. But it is going to keep me from having it constantly, and to the point, I mean, I was at a point where I wasn't able to walk back in the fall. So the Enbrel takes care of arthritis, but it does not take care of the psoriasis. So they are going to do a second medication for that, which will lower my immune system even more. So I have to be like super careful. I don't remember the name of the second medication. I have to go look back in my messages with the doctors. As you can see, it's itchy. I itch. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm kind of like, I know that I shouldn't be ashamed and I shouldn't be embarrassed because this is just part of my disease, but I am. And I have friends with other skin issues, and they're beautiful. They're so beautiful and so amazing. And I know that I love you, and I understand when you don't like the way you look either. I understand it. Because I feel that way too. I feel like it's ruining me. It's kind of funny because weight issues have never bothered me, but the skin does. And it's just really, it's painful too, and that makes it even worse. Is it not only itches, it hurts. And there's like, I can't explain really the whole deal with it, because some things you just have to experience, and I wouldn't want anyone to experience this, but it's painful, and sometimes I can't sleep, and it's just because it's not like a pain that's like the arthritis pain. Like the arthritis pain will make me like cry out sometimes, but with the pain on my skin, it's just this constant like agitating pain. It's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna die pain. It's more like, ugh, I'm so sick of this pain. It's just like a constant irritation to your skin. And when your skin, where the psoriasis is, when it rubs up against, like, say, a sheet or certain materials, it like sticks to it, and it's not fun. That's also like aggravating and irritating. It's just a very irritating thing. So you're constantly like irritated, not just physically but mentally, and it sucks. And I decided, I've been having trouble making videos, and I told this to another YouTuber that's a friend of mine, you know, and I realized I can't. There are other people with this disease out there, and they need to be able to see that they're not alone. So if you're watching this, you are not alone. If you have psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis or rheumatoid arthritis, I get you. I understand you. They're really difficult diseases, and a lot of people don't understand. They think, oh, arthritis isn't, oh, everybody gets arthritis. No. It's not the same as like old age arthritis. It's different. It's so painful, and you can't like move anything. And I mean, I'm in my 40s. Like, and when I turned, just before I turned 40, I had a pretty lively, active lifestyle. I used to walk 2 miles a day. I did kettlebells. I was a big girl, but a lot of it was actually muscle. Or tone. I was very toned, I guess you could say. I don't know. But I wasn't like this. I'm constantly weak. I'm constantly fatigued. If I walk or stand for too long, my knees just they'll give out. And they might be like that permanently. So it just sucks. Because when this disease first happened to me, or when it first became aware of it, it was like, okay, well, once we get the right medication, I thought it was going to be so easy that I'd take a medication and I'd feel better and I'd be able to do what I used to do. And I found out pretty quickly that that was not the case, because finding the right medication can take years. You can be lucky and the first medication works out for you, hooray, or it can take years for you to find one that works, and then it won't work forever. We had tried a medication called Remicade that I loved. It, however, was really hard to get into me because getting an IV into me is difficult. So that was a problem there. And after a while, it just wasn't working as well. And so they decided it was too much work. It wasn't worth the work that they had to do to try and get me hooked up to an IV, because literally I had to go to get an ultrasound every time I went to get this medication so that they could put an IV in me, because they had to use an ultrasound to find the vein. And then sometimes even then it wouldn't work. And I know it was very frustrating for the nurses that worked on me. And then you spend hours, like a couple hours sitting there and with them, with the medication being put in, and then you feel sick for like a day or two, and then it's supposed to last for like a couple months. The first few times, like you get it done, and then 2 weeks later you get it done, and then 4 weeks later you get it done, and then it like until you're at like 2 months, and then they just do it every 2 months. And some people, they do it every 6 weeks instead of every 2 months. And it just wasn't working anymore. And I really wish it had kept working, because it was making my life better. And now it's just really hard. I had my heart attack also this summer, a couple weeks after they decided to stop the Remicade. And they had put me on steroids, and I was in a lot of pain despite the steroids. And in fact, I just started the steroids when I had the heart attack. I'd been on them for like 2 days. And they think that it was a mixture of my pain, the steroids, and it just caused a lot of water retention, because the pain was making my blood pressure go up, and all this stuff was happening. And they looked at I was in the hospital for like a week, and they looked at every part of me. And I have not talked about my heart attack on here either, because people make assumptions. But you know what, whatever. You want to make assumptions about my heart attack? Go ahead. Like, I can't stop you, but I will block you if you're going to be rude to me. But yeah, it was something. I thought that heart attacks only happened when you had high cholesterol, and I found out that wasn't true. That high blood pressure can cause a heart attack, and I was having horrible high blood pressure because of the pain I was in. And then they told me that now my heart's damaged, so now I have to take medications for that, and now I have to keep an eye on my blood pressure, and so I have to eat. They said I don't need to eat a low sodium diet. They were just like, you're not in that kind of condition because mostly this had to do with pain that caused the blood pressure. But they suggested that I stick to the normal amount of sodium that someone's supposed to have. So I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea how much sodium was in food. And I don't want to talk about that too much because I don't want this to become like about eating a special diet, because health is different for everyone. Some people, my daughter actually needs to eat a high sodium diet because of her disease, and I have to eat low sodium one, which is fine because I make low sodium food and she just adds salt to hers. Not a problem. This is like, but I just had no idea like how much sodium was in food until I had to start doing this, and it was quite horrifying, let me tell you. I just, because I thought it would be, if I'm eating the normal amount of sodium somebody's supposed to eat, I figured that wouldn't be that difficult. It was a little upsetting to me because I love salt. Like, I love salty things more than sweet things, and it was like, oh, there's no such thing as a low sodium Cheez-It. Cheez-It is like my favorite little snack that I would get on occasion. I have not had a Cheez-It now since July, so, which is fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Yes, it was a favorite snack, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not like crying over Cheez-Its. And there are many low sodium options of other snacks. There's lots of low sodium crackers and stuff. Of course, there's always like veggies. However, I can't eat a lot of raw vegetables because my body doesn't digest them well, which sucks because I actually really enjoy salads. And sometimes I do it to myself anyways. Certain vegetables are worse than others. Carrots are the worst. The other day I had a carrot salad. You know when you like get like grated carrot and I add dried cranberries and there's like a yogurt. I make a yogurt dressing and I just didn't add the salt to it that I would regularly add. So that was actually not as low sodium as you think, because carrot is actually a high sodium vegetable. It's not the end of the world though. It's not like, oh my god, it's got 1,000 milligrams or anything like that. But it is a high sodium vegetable compared to other vegetables. It's really interesting because you don't think about salt being in vegetables, but there's natural sodium in a lot of vegetables. It's just an interesting little tidbit there. So I ended up with some cramps though because I ate too much raw carrot all at once, and because I had like a big helping of this salad because it was something I could eat that was lower in sodium. And I wanted to eat less of the potato salad I made because the potato salad was a little bit higher in sodium than I wanted it to be, and I'm having trouble figuring that one out. But it's really interesting. We all need different, like some people need to eat like lower fat. Some people need to, you know, they can't eat gluten. Some people have Crohn's disease and they can't eat all sorts of things, or people have allergies. Everybody's health is different. Is absolutely, like, sweet potatoes also have quite a bit of sodium in them. Not compared to a carrot, but they do have sodium in them. And I've watched two people argue on Facebook because I belong to a low sodium support group on Facebook. And I watched two people like argue about sweet potatoes. And one of them was like, but they're good for you. And the other one was like, yeah, that's true. But if you're on a super low sodium, because some people can't have more than 500 milligrams a day, which is insane. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get through a day, honestly, because sodium is in everything. So, and when you have to count the milligrams up to that extent, you know, I actually count mine, but I give myself a little bit of leniency, but some of these people can't. They absolutely can't because they have a kidney disease, or they have Meniere's disease, which they both have to eat low sodium if they have those diseases. So, and they have to eat much lower in sodium than me. So, yeah, these people are arguing it. It was just like, okay, so you eat sweet potatoes, that's good for you. Your nutritionist once says those are good for you. This person can't have sweet potatoes. Their nutritionist says don't eat them. It's okay to have different things that you can eat or not eat. Like, this is part of diet culture. It isn't just the idea that, you know, telling people to be thin all the time. There's also this idea of there's only one right way to eat, and you're not doing it right. Everybody feels like they need to tell everybody else how to eat. And it's just like, I have friends that went on keto. I don't think that keto is a good thing. My doctor is highly against it, and I'm not going to get too into it. I just know somebody that keto caused them more health problems, and they ended up very sick. But for some people, maybe that really is good. But if you are going to go on any specialized diet, please talk to a nutritionist and a doctor. Don't just do it. That's just my suggestion. Because some diets are not good for you. Why they might be good for somebody else, they aren't good for you because of your health situations. So you need to talk to a doctor, talk to a nutritionist before you do something like that. I mean, for the most part, I think just eat what you want. And unless you have a specific health problem, don't freaking worry about it. Just, you know, I mean, I never thought I was going to be this person that worried about it. But I have become that person. And that's just the way it is. So, I mean, I eat a lot of fruit now. Because fruit, you know, has very low in sodium. And it's yummy. I mix it up with some yogurt sometimes. Fruit's good. But, you know, I like variety, so... And I've got snacks back here, although I have most of them right now is sweet snacks, and I'm just like, I rather would have something savory to eat, but it's okay. I'm doing grocery shopping this week. I do grocery shopping every week, but you know, I got new groceries coming tomorrow or whatever, and I'm getting some crackers. They have hint of salt crackers, which are fantastic. I love them because I can have crackers, have something to snack on. I am not a person that eats lunch. I know that's not really healthy. I eat a small breakfast. I snack a little bit during the day. I eat dinner, and then I snack a little bit in the evening. And when I do eat lunch, I end up eating more calories. Or whatever. More food, I guess you could say, because I still snack. I'm just a snacky person. I always have been. But gosh, I do miss going on walks. I used to love to go for like a 2-mile walk downtown and back, and I would stop somewhere, get a smoothie or something. It just was something I enjoyed doing. And then when Pokemon Go came along, I was, you know, doing the Pokemon Go thing. And I would walk, and I enjoyed walking, and I hate that I am not walking anymore. I have found some other things. I have these stretch bands, and I do arm curls while I'm sitting. So my arms are starting to get stronger again. But my legs are still kind of I would like to get one of those, like, little pedal bike things. Do you know what I'm talking about? And use one of those. But I'm starting to, like, my battery's kind of starting to get low, so. And this has been 20 minutes, and it said 20 to 30 minutes. So, we could take this off. Came off pretty easily. Most of the serum had really soaked in. And I'm just rubbing it in a bit. So that wasn't I mean, I wouldn't buy it again. Peppermint's not my thing. But it wasn't a bad mask. I'm wondering if they have other... I'm sure they have other masks. I have so many masks in a drawer in my room. It's crazy. I need to try out more of them. So yeah, it just says apply after cleansing, leave on for 20-30 minutes before removing. It doesn't say anything about what to do after removing. Like some of them have instructions for that, but this one doesn't. So yeah, there we go. My skin does feel pretty nice. Do you think it looks nice? I think it looks decent, considering that I have psoriasis right here and right down here, and I have a little bit here. But I'm dealing, and I'm showing you the real me. This is me. My hair is all crazy because I need to shave it again, and this is just me. So but there's gonna be a lot more food stuff coming up, I think. Yeah, because we just filmed 2 junk food tasting videos today, and John and I are gonna start doing the tea one, as I already said. I think I'm gonna be doing some recipes soon too, and then of course more makeup stuff, you know, especially unboxings. I haven't done much fashion lately, and that has been part of because of my issues, because I've been just like not wanting to show my skin and just been very self-conscious about it, so I haven't shown a lot of fashion stuff lately. Maybe I'll get back into that, especially as the weather gets better too, because I can go outside to tape those. Sorry, my eye got itchy. I thought there was a cat outside, but there is not. One time there was a raccoon in the window. It was crazy. But it was there. I always lean towards that side. You have a side that you lean towards more when you're sitting? Because they tell me I should, you know, lean back straight. But I'm always like this. And I know it's not good for my back. No wonder my back's always a mess. But that's another story. But yeah, I wanted to talk about psoriatic arthritis. I wanted to talk about my health issues. And some people don't like that. I've had complaints before about it, although not that often. Like 1 or 2 complaints compared to the many people that thank me and tell me that, you know, they like my videos. Once in a while, there's somebody that's like, I don't want to hear about your arthritis. Well, then go watch somebody else. It's that simple. If you don't like watching me, don't fucking watch me. I mean, come on, people. Just don't. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I don't understand. I really just don't understand people at all. Like, why are you bothering me with your petty complaints? I don't care. Move along. Go watch somebody else. Go watch some perfect, you know, thing that you want to see. That I'm not perfect, and most people aren't. And I think that when somebody has a YouTube channel where everything is perfect, their perfect life and their perfect makeup and their perfect hair constantly, I think that's unrealistic and they're being fake. This is who I am. I have health issues. I don't have the perfect looking house. I just don't. I mean, that's not my life. I have animals. They're messy. I'm messy. My daughter's messy. Like, you know, I am unable to clean the way I used to, but I keep things decent. But yeah, my life is cluttered. And I think I'm not the only person in the world with clutter. Like, some people have clutter. It's not like my floors are covered in stuff. That I find, I can't stand it when I go to somebody's house and the floor is covered like 2 inches deep with stuff. Like, stuff. I'm like, at least keep your floors clear so you can walk around, people. Like, at least do that. But you know what? If you like doing that, do it. To be honest, it's none of my business. So, That's your life, not mine. Anyways, I'm gonna end up going on some weird rant. Just live your lives. That's what I'm saying. Just live your lives and just realize that not everybody's the same. And go along your business. You know? Like, if you don't like me, don't watch me. And if I don't like you, I won't watch you. You know? It's very simple. There's no reason to make a big fuss out of it. People have to be so dramatic. Anyways, I'm being dramatic now, I suppose, my own way. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope that I helped you feel better about yourself in some way. Because we all have stuff. And just remember that we're all beautiful in our own ways. And you are amazing. You are doing the best you can. And it's okay. You don't need to be perfect. Just be yourself. Okay? I love you. And, you know, unless you're a jerk, then I don't love you. Oh my goodness. Alright. Please be safe. Bye bye, kitty cats.